November 6, 2021, UFC 268. Alex Pereira makes his highly anticipated debut in the octagon. Fans are buzzing about this kickboxing assassin's debut, but Andreas Michailidis isn't about to roll over. As the first round starts, Michailidis throws a wrench in the plan. He's not playing the striking game at all. Instead, he repeatedly shoots in and drags the kickboxer to the mat. Pereira looks frustrated, totally out of his element. But as the bell rings, something shifts. His eyes narrow, his jaw sets. This debut isn't slipping away. Round 2 begins and bam, Pereira explodes off his stool. He meets Michailidis in the center of the cage, and out of nowhere, a flying knee. It catches Michailidis flush on the chin as he ducks for another takedown. Lights out. Michailidis crumples onto the canvas. Oh my god, what a knockout! The message is clear. This kickboxer has arrived, and he's here to do some serious damage. Think that was wild? Pereira was just getting started, with a whole menu of highlight reel finishes coming our way. Get ready for another unforgettable moment in Pereira's highlight reel. This time, he faced Strickland, a guy on a 6-fight win streak who was running his mouth. Strickland called Pereira just a one-dimensional fighter. Big mistake. As soon as the bell rang, Pereira went hunting. The crowd was on edge, waiting for something explosive to happen. And boy did it ever! With lightning precision, Pereira unleashed a left hook that seemed to defy physics. He dipped low, generating insane power, and boom! The punch connected flush on Strickland's chin. Down he went, face first, onto the canvas. Pereira followed up with a straight right, but it was already game over. The ref jumped in to save the day's Strickland. Just like that, 2 minutes and 36 seconds into the first round, Pereira had shut down another doubter. This KO was Pereira's ticket to the big time. At this point, Pereira had spent less than 25 total minutes in the octagon, with 5 knockouts in that span, a finishing rate that was beginning to approach Anderson Silva's legendary run. Now he was set for a showdown with his old kickboxing rival, Israel Adesanya. The MMA world was about to witness a grudge match that would have fans losing their mind. Remember that flying knee from his debut? Well, Pereira was about to prove it wasn't just beginner's luck. His next few fights would showcase why he earned the nickname Poatan, hands of stone that could crack granite. Think you know UFC 281? Let's relive the night Alex Pereira shocked fight fans around the globe. Madison Square Garden, November 12, 2022. The air was electric as Pereira and Adesanya faced off. For 4 rounds, Adesanya put on a clinic. His footwork crisp, his strikes on point. Pereira looked lost, struggling to find his groove. The judges' scorecards told the tale. Adesanya was in control. But then came the 5th round. Pereira's corner lit a fire under him. It was now or never. As the bell rang, Pereira came out guns blazing. He pressed forward, throwing caution to the wind. And then it happened. A flurry of punches caught Adesanya against the fence. The champ was rocked. Pereira smelled blood. He unloaded a barrage of strikes, each one finding its mark. Adesanya's legs turned to jelly. The ref had seen enough. He dove in, waving off the fight. The impossible had happened. The crowd at MSG lost their minds. Pereira leapt on top of the cage, roaring in triumph. He'd just recreated his kickboxing magic inside the octagon. In one of the wildest comebacks in UFC history, Pereira had snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. Think Pereira's middleweight run was wild? Just wait. His light heavyweight challenge against Jiri Prochazka at UFC 295 elevated his career to new heights. The garden was buzzing as Pereira, fresh off his middleweight reign, stepped up to 205 pounds like it was nothing. The bell rings, and these guys waste no time. Pereira's tagging Prochazka with heavy shots, but Jiri's firing back, making Alex work for every inch. Round 1 ends, and everyone's wondering, can Pereira's power hold up at light heavyweight? Round 2 starts, and Pereira unleashes a left hook that catches Prochazka clean. Down he goes. The arena erupted as Pereira pounced, raining down hammer fists until the ref calls it off. Just like that, Pereira's a 2-division champ. In 2 years, he's gone from UFC rookie to holding gold in 2 weight classes. He's proven that his power translates to 205, and now the entire division's on notice. Who's brave enough to step up next? Remember when we said Pereira's power translated to 205? Well, Jamal Hill was about to find out firsthand. At UFC 300, striking specialists collided in a fight that promised fireworks, and it delivered spectacularly. The stage was set for an epic showdown. Hill strode into the octagon oozing confidence. Why wouldn't he? He'd never lost a belt in a fight. As the former champ, Hill was ready to reclaim what he thought was rightfully his. the bell rings and it's go time. They trade shots, each looking for that perfect opening. The tension in the arena is through the roof. Then, in the blink of an eye, it happens. A left hook connects, and Hill goes down like he's been hit by a truck. Pereira pounces, unleashing a storm of ground strikes. Hill's in trouble and he knows it. He's trying to recover, but there's no let-up. Herb Dean has seen enough. He dives in to save Hill from any more damage. It's all over in just 3 minutes and 14 seconds of the first round. The crowd goes wild as Poatan climbs the cage in celebration. Hill's left wondering what hit him, joining the growing list of fighters who felt that legendary power. The light heavyweight division's got a new king, and his name is Alex Pereira. 3 championship fights, 3 knockouts. But the most shocking part? Pereira was just getting started. His next 2 title defenses would prove why some are calling him the most dangerous striker in UFC history. Think immediate rematches in UFC title fights are rare? Absolutely. When Pereira and Prochazka squared off again at UFC 303, the anticipation for an explosive encounter was sky high. Round 1 was a chess match. Prochazka mixed up his attacks, shooting for takedowns to neutralize Pereira's striking. But Pereira wasn't having it. He stuffed those attempts like a pro, showing off his improved grappling. The tension in the arena was electric, as neither man could land that big shot. Until it happened. Pereira caught him just as the round ended. He had Jiri stumbling back to his corner, trying to recover. As round 2 kicked off, Prochazka had seemed to recover and came out guns a-blazing. But Pereira? He had other plans. Just 7 seconds in one brutal moment, Pereira unleashed a switch kick that came with surgical timing. It caught Prochazka flush on the temple, and he crumpled to the canvas like a ton of bricks. Pereira pounced, but the ref had seen enough. He jumped in, waving it off. The crowd went absolutely nuts. Pereira had done it again, leaving no doubt about who the true king of 205 was. Commentators were speechless. His performance was the stuff of legends. As the arena chanted Poatan, Pereira absorbed the moment, another chapter in his legendary run complete. With this victory, Pereira cemented his supremacy in the light heavyweight division, leaving no doubt about his reign. Pereira's knockout power is legendary, but could he handle being on the defensive? At UFC 307, Khalil Rountree Jr. stepped into the octagon with one mission: dethrone the reigning light heavyweight champion. The anticipation was high, and what unfolded was a fight that truly tested both fighters' limits. Rountree came out aggressively, landing powerful strikes that caught Pereira off guard. For the first 3 rounds, Rountree dominated, pushing Pereira back and showcasing his own striking prowess. The judges had it 29-28 across the board for Rountree, putting Pereira in real trouble. It looked like the champion's reign might be in jeopardy. But Pereira wasn't ready to let his title slip away. As round 4 began, a noticeable shift occurred. Pereira started to find his range, expertly picking apart Rountree's defenses with calculated strikes. The momentum was clearly turning in his favor. Then, in a matter of seconds, Pereira unleashed a devastating combination to Rountree's body. Left, right, left. Each punch landed with incredible force, reminiscent of a batter hitting a home run. Rountree's face contorted in pain as he collided with the canvas, clutching his midsection in agony. The referee had seen enough and stepped in, signaling the end of the fight. Pereira had secured another impressive knockout victory. Shortly after the fight, Khalil Rountree announced he would be undergoing surgery on his nose to address the severe facial injuries sustained during the bout. Rountree shared a post on Instagram showing his healing process, revealing visible scars but confirming he's on the mend and ready to come back stronger. Meanwhile, Pereira himself faced the aftermath of the intense fight. Poatan recently revealed in an interview with Podpat that his hand is still sore from the sheer force of his punches against Rountree. Given Pereira's extensive list of knockouts, this speaks volumes about Rountree's resilience and toughness. Despite the setback, Rountree is already looking ahead to 2025, aiming to bounce back from a 5-fight win streak snapped during his first UFC title opportunity. As for Pereira, this victory further cements his status as the most feared man in the light heavyweight division, putting the entire division on high alert. Alex Pereira's journey through the UFC has been nothing short of extraordinary. Transitioning seamlessly from middleweight to light heavyweight, he's consistently overwhelmed every opponent in his path. Remember when the critics dismissed him as just a kickboxer? Yeah, those doubters are real quiet now. Pereira's impressive finishes, strategic brilliance, relentless drive, and otherworldly power have not only earned him multiple title defenses, but also the unwavering admiration of MMA fans everywhere. As the light heavyweight division buzzes with anticipation for his next challenge, one thing remains clear. Alex Pereira is redefining what it means to be a champion in the UFC. If you enjoyed breaking down Pereira's incredible UFC finishes, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell icon for more epic MMA content. Let us know in the comments which Pereira fight was your favorite and what you think lies ahead for this unstoppable champion.